All right, so I saw the new rom-com with Monica Barbaro and Callum Turner, and I've got to say, I rather enjoyed it. So let's just get right into it. The story is pretty simple. It is about these two characters who are just trying to go out and experience their one night of sexual freedom, I guess is the best way to put it, because this is the purge. For There is no sex allowed between unmarried people except for this one night only. That's why it's the name of the movie. And so, yeah, it gets hilariously insane with the innuendos the moment it strikes that 12-hour window. And it's a really interesting concept for a movie and kind of like out there. And it really sets a really interesting setting for a romantic comedy, even though I don't think that there is that much like romantic comedy elements to this. It very much is like more just plain comedy that has some romance rather than a pure romantic comedy. And I did actually enjoy that more for it. And so I enjoyed the premise. I enjoyed the storyline that they were giving us. And so I just, yeah, pretty simple hand grenade score there. Next up, cinematics. I think it is stunning. I think there's a lot of really cool visuals to see, and there is so much like cool like sequences and how it's shot and some changes and some flares. But really, what I really enjoyed about the cinematic experience of this all was the soundtrack. I think it was really well used. I think there was a lot of needle drops in this movie, but I do feel like none of them really felt out of place. They all felt like tonally appropriate to the sequence, and I really did enjoy that, and I think it really elevated the experience some more. So I'm gonna give a hand grenade score here as well. Directing, I like this director. He did Anyone But You and Easy A, and I really enjoyed those two movies, which is why I went to go see this one as well. One thing I will say though is that this movie has some really weird pacing, and it kind of threw me off because I also, like, the movie started with like 3 years ago, and so then I thought this was a flashback and then we would go to the forward, but then I'm like, oh no, wait, this is just the one night. And I did really enjoy that, but there was some like weird lull, like the movie was just felt off in its pacing, but then like I felt like we approached the end like 7 times and it was never actually the end, but I did really I still enjoyed it, just not as much as I probably should have if the pacing was a little more tight and a little more consistent. Because again, like when a movie was going, it was really going and it felt like super quick and fast tempoed, but then like randomly it would just sort of feel like it was going nowhere. And yeah, so that threw me for a bit of a loop. So directing wise, I do have to say that this is one of the weaker of the 3 that I've seen from him, but it's still pretty solid. But I'm gonna give a hot pocket score here. The cast, I actually think Callum Turner and Monica Barbaro are phenomenal. They're in their roles. They do a really good job of like playing off of each other, and just the chaos that ensues through their one night. And I think it's really funny how like they just do everything, and just their mannerisms in the film too. I thought it was really solid and I really enjoyed their performances. So I'm gonna give it a hand grenade score here. Expectations and experience. This was about what I expected. It's actually a little funnier than I expected and a little less romantic than I expected, which I'm all for. I don't really mind. I just really loved one of my favorite like little jokes is that even they were like, okay, this is a bit too coincidental how often we're running into each other in this one night. Maybe it's fate. And I'm like, yeah, it's the script. But I like how that was also pointed out, which in most of the times they're just like, they don't point that out the same way, and I really do appreciate how it was done in film. So yeah, I guess this is a solid hand grenade movie. This is one that I'm actually willing to turn on and rewatch because it is pretty enjoyable, and the 2 leads are very charismatic, and I did enjoy watching them on screen, going through all the hijinks of the night. And yeah, so yeah, certified hand grenade movie. I am willing to check this out again. Much like his other 2 movies, I do like rewatching them quite often. But yeah, that's pretty much it for One Night Only. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below your thoughts and opinions on the film if you've seen it or now you're planning on seeing it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I'll leave you guys to it. Till next time. Bye.